So yeah, the first 250 kill game in Phantom Forces. 250 kills has always been a sort of outlandish term when it comes to Phantom Forces, because 200 kill games were already hard enough back in the day. They were pretty much impossible before 2019 or something like that, and only started becoming possible when guns were becoming super OP, like the HK416, Honey Badger, KS23M, Scarhammer, H-Bar or whatever, and in combinations with maps like Metro Revamp or Dune. But as the game progressed, 250 kill games were becoming more and more possible when maps like Mirage Prime started popping up, and Dunes was apparently getting close to that, and now we have the map known as Containers, which I saw as a new chance. And in this video, I'm gonna go into why and how I did it and why Containers is a terrible map. So why did I decide to get that 250 kill game? Well, first of all, it's kind of funny. Containers was added around half a year ago, but 200 kill games only started popping up around 1 or 2 months ago. And why is that? Well, it's kind of funny because I'm technically the entire reason for that. So let me tell you the story on how this all started. So around 2 months ago, I felt like they were making quite unnecessary changes to Warehouse because they thought Warehouse was unbalanced. I mean, honestly, it's not the first time they've made weird changes to Warehouse. I remember when they changed the skybox on Warehouse, and let me mention this. You can't see the skybox. I sure wonder why they changed the skybox, guys. And they only did it on like 4 maps too, like Metro, Warehouse, and something else. I think Desert. And then they left out a bunch of maps that no one really plays. So it was like just really weird. I don't know. And the only reason why people really find it unbalanced is because really good players already play the map, due to the fact that it's pretty much a proven concept when it comes to efficiency. Likewise with something like Metro or Desert. They are proven concepts to good players, so why try anything else? So I feel like it gives a sort of skewed view when it comes to a map being unbalanced just because good players play on it. And honestly, you can't even get a 200 kill game on Warehouse. Well, you technically can, but it's incredibly hard. And the changes they were making to Warehouse were also kind of weird because I feel like they had no real basis behind them, because a lot of them actually made it easier for good players to spawn trap and such. And now you might say that, well, don't good players only play those maps just because they are unbalanced? And in a way they are, but I feel like it has to do more with optimization rather than the map itself. These players have played the map for a very long time now, so they know exactly how to play it. That also enforces the reasoning to why you don't really want to play other maps when you already know how to play something like Warehouse or Metro. Because as stated, all you gotta do is just learn another map, because there are other very unbalanced maps in the game, like even Fortress or Elevation and Containers or Derrick. They are very clear examples of maps being just as good in terms of potential like Warehouse. So why change Warehouse in stupid ways when it's already such a popular map, and just spread out the good players to other maps to ruin the experience for other players? Because that's really how it is. That's the reality of these really good players. They genuinely ruin the experience for other people. So why not just keep them contained within Warehouse and Metro and stuff like that, you know? I just felt like they were making stupid changes that made really no sense in terms of playtesting and actually playing the map. So I tried to prove the point that it was less about the map and more about who played the map. And Containers has always been in my sort of interest, because it is shipment from COD, but Phantom Forces. And it has these sort of neutral spawns, which means people can spawn at any spawn point on the map, depending on where your team is. So that also makes it pretty easy to predict where people are gonna spawn. And due to the fact that it's such a close quarters map, shotguns work extremely well on it. And I decided to go with the Saiga, with AMT Terminator, Suppressor, Romanian Grip, Retract Stock, and Birdshot, which maximizes speed and agility and has pretty good range and everything like that. It's just an overpowered shotgun. So like with any map, you have to learn the map to actually get high kill games. But on my first ever game on it, I got 179 kills, I think, which I think proved my point enough, that there are more unbalanced maps in the game, and maybe the more popular maps in the game are popular for a reason. I'm not gonna sit here and say that they're popular for no reason. You know, I make videos on Warehouse and Metro and Desert all the time, and so do other YouTubers. So we have the sort of influence there. They are proven concepts is what I'm trying to say. But when when learning the map and getting my first 200 kill game on containers, I realized, hey, this has 250 kill potential. I'm gonna try to do that. Because compared to something like Mirage Prime, where the map wouldn't really pop up that often, because Mirage Prime only really worked with Tag Run, and Tag Run was quite a rare game mode, and Mirage Prime was also quite rare. That in combination with other good players also wanting to get high kill games on the same map made it pretty much impossible to get to 250 on Mirage Prime. But containers is different. People actually vote for containers quite a lot, I think. You can get 200 kill games on King of the Hill, Hardpoint, and Domination, 3 entire game modes, and Hardpoint is obviously the easiest one. So I decided to grind out the map a little bit, and I finally got it. But why is containers such a bad map? I feel like getting a 250 kill game on a map is a good indication that this map isn't fit for a game like Phantom Forces, but also that in reality it's like an 8v8 map in a 16v16 game, if that makes sense. It's a very small map, so it doesn't really flow that well compared to other maps. Only real gun that you can use on containers are shotguns. And due to how overpowered Birdshot is on semi-auto shotguns right now, people with automatic weapons stand no real chance against it. It's just a situation of using a shotgun and winning, or not using a shotgun and losing. But yeah, all in all, this was just done to prove a point in the end. It was all because I really like Warehouse, and I feel like these changes were stupid, and I feel like Warehouse is in a pretty good spot right now of being just a good map that has a good mix of being able to use pretty much everything. And I just wanted to prove that there are worse maps in the game, and you don't have to ruin it for good players who already like a map just because they play a map a lot. But overall, I guess I'm gonna have to say it again because people are very interested about the setup that I used for this 250 kill game, and it's a Saiga 12 with AMT Terminator, Suppressor, Romanian Grip, Retractoc, and Birdshot. It's the most OP shotgun in the game, and you cannot die with it because it's just that good. Make sure you use it on something like Metro Revamp or Containers, and this is probably gonna become the next Kosaku side long barrel Honey Badger setup or whatever that I hit the first recorded 200 kill game with, which is gonna be really fun. But I really wanted to make this video. So until the Saiga gets nerfed, I guess have fun with this thing. And if you guys enjoyed this video, press the like button. What do you guys think of containers? Should it be removed? Personally, I think it should be removed from the game. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. So yeah, love you guys. See ya. Wow.